Hey guys, so I'm literally 2 years sober tomorrow, and it is just crazy, and all glory goes to the Lord. And it's just, if you would have asked me 3-4 years ago if I was going to be doing this, I would have laughed at you, because drinking and partying was my identity, and it was my life. It was everything to me, right? So I have this place in my heart for people who leave things behind for the Lord. I have talked about this before. It is just something that I feel called to in this season, to talk, hopefully to encourage people who are leaving things behind. So there are some things that you leave behind for the Lord that you have no desire for that thing anymore. Me, for instance, one of my things was cussing. I literally woke up one day and I had no desire to cuss, and I left it behind. It was literally my daily vocabulary. I used to cuss so much. I used to make people laugh with the way I would incorporate cuss words into my vocabulary. That is how extreme it was. And I literally woke up one day and had no more desire to cuss. I could tell you within the last however many years it's been now, I have probably cussed a handful of times. And when I do, I'm like, ugh, it doesn't even feel right. But there are going to be things in your life, read up on Paul's story in the Bible. There are going to be things in your life that you will struggle with. I don't want to say forever, because I don't know your story. I don't know what God has planned for you. But there are going to be things that you are going to continuously struggle with, and you are going to have to pick up your cross, and you're going to have to literally deny yourself of the thing. And why are you going to do that? Not because your life is boring, not because you're boring, because you're not, but because you are doing this for the Lord. It was something that you recognized grieved the Lord, or it was just an open sin, or it was just an outright sin, or it was just a relationship. Whatever the thing was, it did not honor God. So you knew that you needed to give it up. And straight up, it was making you miserable. It ruined your life. Fill in the blank, okay? I'm also here to tell you that you are gonna have to give yourself grace. I spent almost 15 years in a lifestyle, every weekend, every vacation, every outing, partying, drinking. That was my whole life. I've been sober for 2 years, and I have been removed from the party atmosphere for most of that time. I don't even know exact dates. You have to recognize, I had to tell myself today, you spent a majority of your life in a thing, and now you've been 2 years removed from a thing, and you think that you're just supposed to be this is the easiest thing I've ever done. No, I am still gonna struggle. There are times when I am anxious. When I'm anxious, when I feel lonely, when I am sad, when I am frustrated, those are the times when I want to go back to the thing, because it was a coping mechanism. I didn't even realize that it was. And honestly, it was just what I was doing for so many years of my life, that now I have to recognize, my brain is wired to think that this is what we do. So give yourself grace, give it to the Lord, and recognize that you are in a process. Scripture tells us to renew our hearts and renew our minds. So I was just literally thinking about a computer. You have a computer. It's got all these tabs open. It's got all this stuff. It's moving slow. It's overheating. And it's I need to restart it. So you restart the computer. It might do a couple updates. You reset. You shut down the computer. It may do a couple updates. And then you restart the computer. And when the computer comes back up, I don't know if you guys have regular jobs, or if you are whatever, you understand computers. Sometimes when you open it up, it will ask you, do you want to restore these pages? No. Click no. That is essentially what is going on in your mind and in your body. Sometimes you may not even consciously be aware of it, but your body is do you want to restore these pages? I want to restore these pages. Don't you want to restore these pages? You got to be the one to say no. Do you want to go back to the club? Do you want to go back to the men? Do you want to go back to the lies? Do you want to go back to the alcohol and the hangovers? Do you want to go back to the superficial relationships? No. How about no? That's what you got to do. I do not want to restore these pages. And I don't know how long you're going to have to do that. I don't know. But what I recognize in myself is that I'm just gonna have to pick up my cross. I'm just gonna have to do it. Sometimes you just have to grin and bear it. Sometimes you just gotta go home. Whatever that may mean for you. So I hope that helps somebody. You can get through this. With the Lord, you can get through it. You can get through anything. Do not limit God. You may not be able to get through it, but if God says you're gonna get through it, if God pulled you out of it, he's gonna pull you through it and put you into the next thing. With the Lord, you can do it.